So I'm a solo creator. I have a toddler and I have maybe 4 real hours in a day where I can do focus work. 4 hours. That's it. And for a long time, I was frustrated by that, feeling like I wasn't doing enough, like the other creators had some secret schedule that I hadn't figured out yet. Honestly, how do you get everything done in a day? But then I stopped thinking about my week like a to do list and started thinking about it like a game, and everything clicked. So today, I'm walking you through exactly how I structure my week as a parent and a solo creator, and the specific game logic behind every decision. Because it turns out, games have been teaching us how to manage limited resources, protect our energy, and make the most of the time we actually have. We just weren't paying attention. Before we get into the framework, let me show you what my actual week looks like. Because I feel like a lot of productivity content skips this part. It's the real, it's the messy, it's the things that we kind of hide underneath the bed, right? We ignore it. It's not here, it's not part of it. So I have a toddler, which means my day is not my own. If you know, you know with kids. It's built around a small person who has opinions, needs, and absolutely no concept of my work. But really, at what age did you figure out your parents actually work? Because it took me forever. I didn't know. You just never know. Here's what a typical weekday actually looks like. And I say weekday because, like most other people, my weekends are free. Spend it with family, spend it go do errands, kind of up in the air. So my typical weekday, which is my typical workday. We have 9 to 1 in the afternoon is what I call the morning block, breakfast, cleaning, working out. It's for me and the kid together. I'm present, I'm moving, and I'm not at the computer. 1 to 4 is nap time. This is gold. This is my focus window. This is where all the real work actually gets done. So like right now. 4 to 7 is afternoon, lunch, watching the kid play, letting him roam around, doing some light laptop work if something needs handling. But I'm not deep into anything. I'm available though. 7 to 9 is family time. So dinner, bedtime, winding down. I'm fully offline here. I'm usually cleaning up, just getting ready for the nighttime. 9 to 10 is getting the kid to sleep stretch, which if you have a toddler, you know it's an adventure every single time and it doesn't always go as quickly as you'd hope it to. And then 10 to about 1 in the morning, that's my second work window. The house is quiet, the world is asleep, and I can actually think and work. That's my week. That's 4 hours of focus work in the afternoon and maybe 3 hours late at night. So 7 hours in total on a good day. That's assuming he naps the full time or I actually get to work at night and don't have to do whatever else I do. But now let me show you how game logic turned that constraint into a system. And we love systems here. The first game concept that changed how I think about my week is resource management. And specifically, the idea of an energy bar. Not like energy bar, but like energy bar. In almost every RPG, your character has stats: health, mana, stamina. Usually, some version of a resource set depletes as you use it, and it has to be restored before you can perform at full capacity again. You never send your character into a boss fight on empty, right? You rest, you restore, and you go when you're ready. So real life has an energy bar too. Most people just ignore it and wonder why they're performing like a depleted mage trying to cast spells with no mana. This is why my morning block, the 9 to 1 block, is not work time. It's restore time. Working out, it's kind of weird to start in the morning, but hey, I'm not fighting the game yet. Filling my bar, I'm starting my day on full. My husband actually calls this my morning dailies because it's rare for me to deviate from them, and I do the same thing every morning. It's clockwork. It's fun. It gets me recharged for the day. Because when I don't do this, on the days where something pops up, there's an event, and I have to run out in the morning instead of doing what I normally do at home, or I wake up too late, it sucks. I'm a little crankier. I find that I didn't have my morning smoothie that gives me energy, my protein for the day. The kid didn't eat a well balanced meal in the morning, so he's cranky. Honestly, this morning routine has been solid, and it's something I really try not to skip out on because it will affect the rest of my day. This is the game logic. Protect your restore time. Don't let anyone, including yourself, schedule focus work over the activities that fill your energy bar. A depleted player performs badly. Always. Second concept. In any good RPG, there's a main quest, the thing that actually moves the story forward. And then there are side quests, things that are useful, sometimes rewarding, but it's not the main path. Here's the problem most people have with their to-do list. Everything looks like a main quest. Reply to this email, fix this thing, research that thing, post this, edit that. It all feels very urgent and none of it's ranked. So my focus window time, the 1 to 4 hour, where it's nap time actually, is boss fight time for me. That's the main quest only time. no side quest. Because before nap time starts, I have one question. That is, what is the one thing that if I finish it today, makes today a win? That's the main quest. Everything else can wait. So, really, during this time, which is why you see this lighting in the background all the time, is because it's filming time. It's filming, it's editing, it's planning, but primarily it's things I need to get done when the house is quiet. But wait, Nikki, why can't you do this during the time at night when you have those few hours blocked out? See, that's weird because that's a toss up. If I always do my main quest at night, this is after the day has already depleted a lot of energy for me. So, strategically, I am the most awake, the most productive, the most go getter during this time block. Caveat is, it's however long the nap is. The game logic here, though, is you don't do side quests during a boss fight. You don't check emails when you're supposed to be editing. You don't reorganize your Notion dashboard when you have a script to finish. You do the main quest first and the side quests in the margins. That's why this works out. I do what I need to get done first in my day. Everything else, side quest. But that kind of makes every day productive for me. So, yay. Next concept is what I found in games like Stardew Valley or really any city builder game. So, like City Skylines, Planet Zoo, there are things that run without you actively doing them. Crops grow, resources generate, the city keeps functioning. You set them up, you let them run, and you come back to the results. So, my 4 to 7 block is my AFK time. I'm present with my kid, I'm watching them play, I'm available as a parent, but I've learned to use this window for tasks that don't need deep focus. So, responding to comments, brainstorming ideas, posting, noting quick ideas that come during the day, reviewing analytics, just low lift tasks that move things forward without requiring me to be fully locked in. This is why I also get home chores done in the morning block. The washing machine, the dishwasher, it all takes time to run, and sometimes that's for hours. This makes me feel like I'm not working 24/7. It's just a small block of time where I give myself grace to kind of relax a little bit, still do some work on the side, but also still hang out and spend quality time with the family, the kid, the dogs, everyone that needs a little piece of my time. But this is also why I enjoy being passenger princess so much, because or it used to just be a lot of sleeping. I am chronically asleep in the car ride. I don't know why. It's just very soothing for me. But now, lately, it's been filled with ideas, writing, reading up, trying to just get more knowledge in myself and move some projects forward. Because what else are you going to do in the car? Sleep. That's what I was going to do in the car. That's fun. The game logic here is not everything needs your best brain. Identify the tasks that run on autopilot and schedule them into your autopilot hours. Save the high processing task for when you're actually online. Also, have you played those idle games? You always want to just go hard for the little bit of time you're playing them and just come back to a fully stocked system, essentially. That's why I love phone games. They're dangerous. Okay, this next concept, every gamer knows the importance of a save point. Before you close the game, you save. You don't quit mid-dungeon and hope for the best. You absolutely don't quit when there's a little flashing icon in the corner. You know what I mean? This is the 7 to 9 dinner, bath time, family wind down time for me. It's my save point. It's the intentional transition between one session to the next. I'm fully present. I'm not half working from my phone. The game is paused. And this matters more than it sounds. Because the ability to actually disconnect, to be fully in family mode for 2 hours, is what makes the late night work session possible. So if I'm mentally in work mode through dinner, I carry that restlessness into the evening. And then by 10 o'clock, when I sit down to work, I'm already tired and I'm distracted. And honestly, bath time, dinner time, those are kind of non negotiables in life. You need time to eat, and the kid needs a bath every night. It's just a natural reset point, kind of like when you go back into the city to restock on supplies, or when you finish a quest and you're thrown back into town. It's just a natural point of pausing and stopping if you need to do something else. And I've tried to work through this time, which wasn't very successful because it just feels like it's more stress on me. But then I also try the reverse. I try to make it a little bit more relaxing, and that just doesn't feel relaxing enough. So you don't really have the best of both worlds here. This is truly a save point where I need to stop and just kind of go on mob mode almost. Someone needs a bath, the family needs dinner. Done. That's it. That's my only goal for this time. The game logic here is to honor the save point. Honor it. Fully close one session before opening the next. The quality of your next work block depends on how well you transitioned out of the last one. It's okay to take breaks. Let's remember that. But also, it's okay to take break for life things. Please eat. Stay hydrated. Last concept, and this is my night owl one. It's my 10 to 1 in the morning, where it's my second work window. And it operates completely different from the afternoon focus block. Why? Because in gaming terms, this is the free roam mode. This is creativity mode. This is God mode. The quests are done, the pressure is off, and I can just explore. This is where I do my most creative work. So there's writing, creating ideas, experimenting with ideas that aren't fully formed yet, setting things up that don't take my full 100. And there's a different quality to late night thinking that I've stopped fighting and just started using. You have to remember, I am a night owl. So 1 a.m. sleeping for me is actually quite good. Last night, I actually stayed up to 3 a.m. It's so hard to stop when I get going. And I don't mind that because I have that freedom at that time of the night. Unfortunately, that means my mornings are a little rough, but that's why we recharge in the morning in that block. It works. But, and this is important, late night sessions have to be managed like a character with a stamina bar that's already been partially depleted. Because I'm not at full capacity, and I know that going in. Sometimes you are, right? Sometimes I have more energy than I expected. I can get more done. But on the days where it's none at all, that's okay too. That's what that time is there for. So the rule is creative and generative work in the early parts of this window, 10 to midnight. Administrative finishing tasks in the later part, midnight to 1. And I kind of go from highest cognitive demands to lowest as the energy depletes. And I love just how the variety of my late nights look like now. Sometimes it's working on my main things. Sometimes it's trying to get something else off the ground. Sometimes it's just picking up around the house. But honestly, it's a time where I've already done the main quest for the day. So anything I do during the time at night will be productive regardless. I'm happy as long as I do a little bit. The game logic here is know what mode you're in and match the tasks to the energy level. So don't attempt a boss fight when your stamina bar is at 20. Game for exploration, not execution, unless you have the stamina for it. And sometimes I do. When you get like a golden berry or something and it charges you up for longer, it's in every game really. And if you zoom out for a second, here's what the whole week looks like in a game lens. Monday's your orientation day. You look at the week's quest, priorities, and set up your systems. Don't try to do everything on Monday. Just know what's coming. Tuesday and Wednesday are your main quest days, the highest energy, deepest focus work. Schedule your hardest task here. Thursday is your side quest day. Batch smaller tasks that have been accumulating. So admin, emails, research, planning the next week. That goes here. And Friday is your review and reset. What got done, what didn't, what moves to next week. Close out the session properly before the weekend, because the weekend is rest and restore. It's not optional. Even in games, running your character on 0 rest leads to performance penalties. Like, you don't want to do it. Can you still work on the weekends? Go for it. You do you. But it's just extra at that point. Your main goal is to rest, restore, make sure your fridge is stocked. And it took me a while to kind of get to this setup, especially with the toddler on my hands. Things get crazy and it's hard to find a new balance. But I found it's not too much different from corporate. I still need quite a bit of structure in the day for the little one and for me. But also, similar to corporate, I got most of my work done in the beginning of the week so I wouldn't feel stressed at the end of the week. It just worked out that way. Kind of the same thing going on in life right now. I try to get the most of my work that I have planned for the week done in the first few days. And then I feel it's so much less stress the end of the week. And that's kind of what this whole thing is about, right? We're trying to put less stress on our bodies. It's just healthier. It feels nicer. I don't want to be a stress mess all the time. Okay, but I want to be real before I wrap up because I've painted a pretty clean picture and life with a toddler that's not a clean picture. You know what I mean? Some days nap time doesn't happen. Some days the kid wakes up at 11 p.m. or 3 a.m. and the late night window just disappears. Some days I'm just depleted from the morning and that focus block produces nothing useful. The game logic doesn't prevent those days. What it does is it gives you a framework to return to when they pass. So you don't have to rebuild the system from scratch every time a day goes sideways. Just reload the save and try again the next day. That's the real value. It's not the perfect schedule. It's a recoverable one. So that's the framework. That's resource management, protect your energy bar. Main quest versus side quest, what the boss fight is before you start, passive task, Use your AFK hours wisely. Save points, honor the transitions, and late night game mode. Match a task to the energy. Do you notice that none of this requires a fancy planner or a 5 a.m. wake up? It just requires knowing what kind of game you're actually playing and building a strategy that works for your specific map and not someone else's. Although, if this does work for you, cool. Schedule that nap time in for yourself somewhere in there. If you're a parent trying to fit creative work into the margins of a toddler's schedule, hi, I see you. This one's for us. But also, who says gaming isn't useful in everyday life? Drop in the comments, what's your main focus window during the day? I'm curious to see how people are carving out their time. But if you enjoyed this video, it's part of my gaming series where I try to convince the non-believers that yes, gaming is a good thing. Not only is it a good thing, but it can be good for your business, your corporate life, and now just your life, your schedule, being productive. So if you like the series so far, follow along. I'll add the link on the playlist somewhere here. Subscribe and like, show the support. And with that, I will see you guys next week. Bye.